It should have been a celebration. Rory McIlroy just did the impossible. He shot a 59 on Sunday. He came back from 8 shots down. He won the Sentry. It was the greatest performance of his career. But when they handed him the microphone, he didn't talk about the birdies. He talked about betrayal, with rumours swirling that the PGA Tour is about to let Bryson DeChambeau and the LIV guys back in for free. Rory finally snapped. He looked Jay Monahan in the eye and said, "I fought your war, I took the bullets, and if you let them back in without consequence, then maybe it's time for me to go." The tour is trying to cut this part of the speech from the replays. They are terrified Rory will actually retire or start his own league. I have the full uncensored speech right here. Subscribe and hit the bell right now. You need to hear the ultimatum that has the PGA Tour in full panic mode. Click that button. And let's listen to Rory. Here is the moment. The greatest win turned into the biggest nightmare. Professional golf just got flipped on its head overnight. And once again, Rory McIlroy is the one shaking the table. At a time when fans were desperate for calm and routine, Rory chose chaos. He isn't looking for another cookie-cutter season built on legacy names and safe traditions. He dropped a move so bold, it made executives, players, and sponsors freeze in their tracks. This wasn't about chasing another trophy or padding his stats. This was a power play. A move to rewrite the playbook and reshape what the PGA Tour's future actually looks like. And the timing? Absolutely wild. Yeah, I just think, I've got a lot going on in my life. Between my golf game, my family, my growing investment portfolio, my, involvement in TGL. And I just felt like something had to give. McIlroy stepped into 2026, not as a man chasing validation, but as one who owns it. His 2025 season was straight up legendary. When he finally slipped on that green jacket at Augusta, the one that dodged him for over a decade, it wasn't just a victory. It was an exorcism. That win completed the career Grand Slam, putting him in a club of only 6 men in history. The weight, the whispers, the pressure, it all vanished. And suddenly, Rory had nothing left to prove. But instead of kicking back, he leaned in. With his legacy locked, McIlroy stood in rare air, free to think beyond scorecards. Freedom gave him a new vision. The power to question how the game works behind the curtain. Freedom to ask if the PGA Tour's future matches its past, and if he's the one to force it to evolve. That is the real setup here. What Rory just pulled off isn't shocking because it's loud. It's shocking because it's calculated. It's a signal that 2026 won't be business as usual. To understand why this hits so heavy, you have to rewind. The 2025 season didn't just give Rory another trophy. It closed the chapter that haunted him. When he conquered the Masters, the mental switch flipped. He stopped chasing history and started living it. And it showed. He didn't slow down. He hit the gas, racking up wins from Europe to the States, dominating the race to Dubai, and proving he was the standard. But success brings pressure. By 2026, McIlroy wasn't just a top-ranked name. He was the benchmark, and the tour counted on him to hold it all together. That's the part most people miss. Rory didn't step into 2026 hoping things would work out. He walked in like a boss who knows that when you rule the sport, every move you make shakes the foundation. So what was the move? While other stars are cutting schedules and hiding, Rory doubled down. He went all in on the PGA Tour's bold 2026 vision, embracing the restructured calendar, the high-stakes signature events, and the tech-driven formats most players fear. He didn't hedge. He became the centerpiece. And that is dangerous loyalty. If the new system fails, Rory's brand takes the hit. But he bet on the future of the tour itself. The reaction was instant. The sport split down the middle. Was he a visionary leader or a lightning rod doing too much? Supporters say golf needs stars who fight for the sport's stability. But while Rory was making waves off the course, Scottie Scheffler was making history on it. Let's talk facts, because the numbers don't lie. Scottie Scheffler didn't just have a good 2025. He had a monster season that shattered the hierarchy. We are talking about a year where Scheffler racked up 6 wins, including 2 majors, the PGA Championship and the Open. He didn't just win, he suffocated the competition. He secured his 4th consecutive Player of the Year award and posted a historic scoring average of 68.1, leading the tour in almost every metric that matters. And here is the uncomfortable truth for Rory fans. When you stack them up, Scheffler didn't just stand next to Rory. He stood above him. In the 4 majors combined last year, Scheffler finished a staggering 21 strokes clear of McIlroy. That isn't a rivalry. That is a gap. Scheffler was the hunter who became the king. Suddenly, the unspoken order of golf flipped. If Scottie Scheffler can beat Rory straight up, outlast him over a season, and collect 2 majors to Rory's 1, who is really the top dog? This isn't just about trophies, it's about eras. Rory has been the measuring stick for a decade, the guy every rising star is compared to. But Scheffler isn't rising anymore. He's arrived. What makes Scheffler's rise undeniable is that it's built on cold proof. In head-to-head showdowns, like the Ryder Cup singles where Scheffler beat Rory 1-up, Scottie delivered. He is surgical. While Rory plays with fire and passion, Scheffler plays with icy precision. It's passion versus precision, and right now, precision is winning. But don't count Rory out. If anything, Scheffler's rise has lit a new fire in him. This is no longer a coronation. It's a dogfight. These two are battling for the soul of the sport in 2026. Rory represents evolution and history. Scheffler represents dominance and control. The stats paint the picture of a shifting guard. Scheffler's consistency, top 10s in nearly every start, leading the money list, has made excellence look boring. It's relentless. Finishing second to Scheffler used to mean you were close. Now it feels like you're miles behind. So here we are at the crossroads. Is this just a hot streak, or has the torch officially passed? The landscape has changed. Scottie Scheffler might be the new measure. The guy whose control sets the pace for the entire sport. But Rory McIlroy has never faded quietly. The next chapter is his response. This rivalry has entered its most crucial phase. It's not about one-off wins anymore. It's about sustained greatness. Scheffler didn't shock the world once. He did it repeatedly until we had no choice but to acknowledge the new king. As 2026 unfolds, the question is crystal clear. Has Scottie Scheffler permanently rewritten the pecking order? Or is Rory about to remind everyone why he's the only one with the Grand Slam? Get your popcorn, because golf hasn't felt this electric in years.